One of my favorite things in the world to do is watch Friends. I know it's been off for years and years. It's not even around, but I still find myself binge watching old episodes. And I was thinking about this today and thinking, it's the predictability of the friends in the circle, right? You have Chandler with his quirkiness, Monica with her type A of just everything has to be so neat and tidy and organized. It's Phoebe's ability to make you laugh at her silly songs. Ross always comes in with those smart comments, and Joey and him and his food, like it is just so hilarious. And of course, Rachel, she just brings everybody together, and it's just such this beautiful, cohesive team of people. And it's why I wanted to come on and share with you today that I have an opportunity for you to find your friends in the content creation space. So if you are thinking about creating your first or your next digital course, I don't want you to miss this opportunity because Amy Porterfield just opened the doors for registration for her Course Confident Bootcamp. And I'm actually offering a special bonus for anyone that registers for the Course Confident Bootcamp through my special link. So I want you to go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register. That's crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And what you're going to find when you get there is I have this special bonus private podcast series. It's called Money Mindset for Creators. So I want you to go register for Amy's bootcamp, download the podcast, and immediately start listening to it, because what this training is set up to do is to help you get your mind right about monetizing your content, making money so that you can fuel your content creation dreams. So go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register for Course Confident. And I cannot wait for you to find your friends and find the people that will be there for you. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, nice little friends segue connection. Go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And I cannot wait to see you inside. Okay, let's get into today's episode. This happens every year. At the beginning of the year, there is a lot of push and a lot of people asking about new channels for content. It's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't talk too much at the end of last year about creating new content, because I think that whenever you do that, first of all, it's what all the content strategists and content creators and people that teach this stuff, it's what they're all talking about. And what I wanted to do today is focus more on why you should be adding this to your content if you haven't already, and give you some of those benefits now that it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Because I'm recording this, it's January, we're mid-January already. I can't believe this, but I didn't want to put that kind of pressure on you in December, because I feel like there was a lot of pressure in December. There's always like, okay, we got to hurry up and wrap this up before the end of the year. I have to have this started. I have to have it launched on January 1st. Otherwise I'm a failure. I'm a loser and blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's just me. Maybe these are my own hangups, my own thoughts. But today I'm sharing with you about YouTube Shorts. So specifically, we're talking about YouTube Shorts, not just creating a brand new YouTube channel, which we'll talk a little bit about that. But I really want to focus in on Shorts because I did put that kind of pressure on myself to launch a brand new YouTube channel. It's for our family. I'll talk about all the details in a second, but I have learned so much about YouTube Shorts, and they just cannot be ignored. And I have so many cool things to share with you about it, but I've had a lot of people reaching out in this community that have been asking me about YouTube for such a long time, whether it's transitioning from a blog or a podcast to YouTube, or just trying to understand how it all works together. I get a lot of questions. I do. And since I recently launched our new YouTube channel and I started brand new, I didn't rebrand a new channel, I started from scratch, I wanted to share with you what I've learned and how you can apply those same learnings, mistakes, all the things. So let's get right to it. Welcome to the Profit Podcast, where we teach you how to start, launch, and market your content with confidence. I'm your host, Crystal Profit, and I'm so excited that you're here. Thanks for hanging out with me today, because if you've been trying to figure out the world of content creation, this is the show that will help be your time-saving shortcut. So let's get right to it, shall we? All right, so we are just going to dive straight into YouTube Shorts. Like I said, this is what we're talking about today. It's the highlight of YouTube, and it has been for a while. So I want to come out and say that. Like, it's not something that's brand new. It's just come on the scene. Like, Shorts have been around for a few years, and I actually had a great conversation with Ash Borland. So I'll link to his chat that we had about YouTube Shorts and what he was trying. And I think that it's really noteworthy to look at some of those same strategies, because I still think that they're I always get this word mixed up. Is it applicable? Applicable? You know, it's people say that different. Tomato, whatever. But it still applies today. Some of that same content about putting more shorts out there and the higher reach. But I think that with the popularity of all the platforms that are focusing on short form, you have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook has all these. I'm sure there's 1,000 other social media platforms that do this that I don't even know about. But short content is really what people are focusing on today. And right now, today, as of me recording this, shorts have it's a 10x return, more than that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, let me give you a comparison. I was talking about this in my weekly newsletter. So if you're on my weekly newsletter, you probably saw me talking about this, but there are 2 videos that I've published that are shorts. Okay. So that means they're less than 60 seconds. I think one of them is like 40 seconds and the other one might be closer to a minute. Super short. They have over 1,200 views a piece, both of these videos. Now, mind you, my channel hasn't even been around for a month at this point when I'm recording it. It's been around for a little over 2 weeks. And there's 2 videos already that have 1,200 views. Now, for comparison, the videos, the longer form videos that I created, like the actual ones that are the traditional YouTube videos, their exact same topic. Some of them are even clips from that video. They only have 7 and 19. 7, like single digit 7 and 19. While the other shorts have over 1,200 views. So what is happening here? Why is this going on? So the algorithm is giving preference to shorts. So this is where so many YouTube subscribers are hanging out and watching content these days. Like, again, this is no surprise. This has been kind of the upward trend for the last 3 years, is short form content. How can we make something real impactful in a short amount of time? And if you're listening to this and you have YouTube right now, then this is specifically for you, because I don't want you caught in this is how I've always done it, so I'm just going to continue to do longer videos, because the truth is we need to change things up. We do. And because I was in this mindset for a long time, I'm like, I don't need to do that. Like, it's, just my longer videos work. They work for SEO, and we're going to talk about SEO in a second. I was just stuck in this no, this is just the same thing. And this is me. I am a creature of habit to a fault, to a big fault. I get stuck in my, this is the routine. This is how it's done, that sometimes I don't branch out and try new things. And this is one of those things. I can tell you that I regret it. I regret not doing more shorts. Whenever I had that first conversation with Ash and we talked about all the different things that he was trying and getting on board with it then. But you know what? Hindsight's 2020. Now I'm telling you today that you should be focusing on shorts. But let's go back to everyone that has an existing YouTube channel right now, I'm going to talk to brand new ones in a second, but if you have a YouTube channel, because I have Amy in our community reached out to me and said, hey, I really want to focus on YouTube this year. And she already has an existing channel. She's like, I want to grow it. I want to do something. I said, you have to do shorts. You have to do shorts. And I don't want it to be something that's overwhelming. I had this conversation with my mom, who also has a YouTube channel. I'll link to both of their channels in the show notes. But she said, I really want to get back into YouTube. I'm feeling it. She said, I don't want to feel like this is too much for me to handle. And I said, okay, well, this is the great thing about YouTube today is you can create shorts, like the short clips from your current videos. So from your existing content, you are able to create shorts. So you don't have to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to commit to creating, just hours and hours of all these short videos. No, go work with the content you already have. And this is what I told Amy. I was like, go back, look and see if there's anything that you can create these shorter form videos from your current content. So if you have a current YouTube channel, all you have to do is go to the YouTube mobile app. So this does not work from your desktop. I don't know why. This is one of those frustrating things, right, about tech. It's like, well, you can only do it on your phone app, but not on your desktop. This is one of those things. But you have to go to a video that you want to create a clip from on your phone, on your mobile app. And then from there is a remix button that allows you to create a short from your longer video. So you could just pick whichever section of your video that you want to turn into a short, and it's super, super simple to do. But what's even cooler about this is that the traffic that you reach with these types of shorts that are created from this longer form video can redirect them back to your original content, which is super cool. Like you don't really get that on any other platform where you could make like a short TikTok and then it's going to redirect you to a longer one, or on Instagram. Like this is one of the only places where I've seen that. And this is what I call the spiderweb effect. And this is something that I teach inside Radical Repurposing, but it's giving you the ability to really have someone walk into your content and then they click on it and they kind of go down this rabbit hole of learning more about you and getting caught in your spider web of content, because then they can continue to consume all the different things that you've created on your channel, whether they're shorts or longer form videos. So super, super cool. I love this feature for anybody that has an existing YouTube channel. This is what you should be doing ASAP, and then you can start thinking of ideas for other shorts. But all right, if you don't have a channel currently, or you do have one, this applies to both of you, but I want you to treat shorts with the same SEO love as you do longer videos. Now, I am not a YouTube expert. I'm not going to claim to be a YouTube expert, but I will tell you that SEO is one of those things that I love so much about YouTube, because I can choose like
Being a woman in business comes with its own unique set of challenges, but also so many opportunities. We get ahead by leaning in to what makes us different from business as usual. I'm Samantha Hartley, host of Profitable Joyful Consulting, inviting you to a special 6-episode series exploring the experience of being a woman in business. You want to hear from women consultants who've hit $1 million, who sell 6-figure engagements, or who've broken their own revenue ceilings? Yeah, those are my clients, and they'll be sharing too. Join me for 6 must-listen episodes that tackle key challenges for women consultants.
Follow Profitable Joyful Consulting on your favorite podcast app.
Where I want to really focus, like for our new brand, for example. So it's called Camping with the Fam. It's all about camping and hiking and fishing and doing outdoor activities that are with the family. Like that's what our niche is. Like it's camping is the higher category. And then the niche is with your family, with kids. And the power of SEO really lies in doing this correctly and with the right types of things. So I'm going to give you an example in a second, but with the right touch, you can create YouTube shorts that are specific to a topic that you know your audience wants to hear about. And the reach can just be far greater than it would be on other social platforms. So that's really the power of SEO, is I could go into creating a short and tag it and do all the things you're supposed to do for a YouTube video, and it could potentially have more of a reach than just a regular video because the algorithm is giving it preference, but also it is tagged and keyworded in a way that it's going to show up in the search engine, like the YouTube search engine. And I don't know, and this is probably something I should have researched before I started recording this, but I don't know if today, if shorts are appearing in people's Google search engines, because remember, YouTube is owned by Google, and that's why SEO is incredible and it's so sophisticated on YouTube, far more than on other platforms. But I do know that it is something that you just cannot ignore. So not only can you upload awesome content and great shorts on your channel, but you can't ignore SEO whenever you're uploading these. So I know the question's coming. Well, what do I need to focus on? What are the SEO things that I need to do? So there's 4 things that I focus on every single video, no matter if it's a short or a regular long form video. And the first one is the title, right? The title is everything. So I use Keywords Everywhere. This is the plugin that I use on Google, on YouTube, that tells me how often people are searching for things. And fun fact behind the scenes, the reason why we call our channel Camping with the Fam is I found that there are over 20 million searches every single month with the word camping in them. That's a pretty big deal. Like, that's a pretty significant audience, right? So camping and then camping with the family is the niche that we decided on. So the title of our channel was very intentional, but also the title of our videos. So for example, one of our videos is about how to whittle wood with a pocket knife. So I started looking at the YouTube different populations or the different categories and titles that would populate whenever I was looking at whittling. And it wasn't as high as carving wood. And so what I ended up doing here, actually, I want to read you the whole title right here because it does make a difference. Okay, so I ended up calling the video How to Carve Wood Whittling for Beginners. That's the actual video name. And then the short that I created from it is How to Whittle with a Pocket Knife. It was very, very specific, but I wanted to have the 2 options out there to see which one performed better. And obviously I need to go back and change the other title of the longer video because the shorter one is just outperforming it like crazy. So that's the first thing. So titles are super important. I use Keywords Everywhere. I already talked about that. And then TubeBuddy is the other app or plugin that I use on YouTube that just saves my sanity. Because y'all, I don't have all this SEO technical knowledge that you couldn't also have as well. I just know the tools to use to help me have a better experience, and TubeBuddy is just totally worth it. I am an affiliate. I'll have a link in the show notes for you to check out TubeBuddy, but that is one that I absolutely swear by. It is incredible. Also, Keywords Everywhere. What I love about Keywords Everywhere is one of those that you just buy credits for it and then you just use it. It's not a monthly expense. So that's fantastic. We always love it when it doesn't cost us a ton of money every single month. Okay, so we're going back to the most important SEO features for shorts. The number 1 was title. Number 2, your description. So this is where you can go into a little bit more of a detail. Think of it like your caption that you would have on Instagram or TikTok. your description is also being read by the algorithms. So you want to have some keywords in there that make sense. You could also put hashtags in there. This is number 3. So you have your title, your description. Hashtags is something that I will put in the description. Sometimes I put them in the title if it makes sense and it's going to fit within, the title character limit. But hashtags are also something that I've been playing around with on shorts and on my other videos. And I think it's super cool that you can add a ton on there, and we're going to play with it and see. But I use all the SEO features that I can to help me really boost everything in the algorithm. And then the last, but certainly not least, the 4th thing to consider for SEO is your tags. Now, tags are where it's at, okay? This is one of those things that can really help you rank higher in, Google, in YouTube, because this is something I figured out a long time ago. And again, I use TubeBuddy for my tagging. I actually have the mobile app for TubeBuddy. So if I think of an idea, or with Camping with a Fam, I already have existing videos and content from our previous camping adventures. So when I find a subject or a topic, I will go and start playing around with tags and say, okay, what are the best tags that I should use for this type of content? And for example, going back to the whittling with a pocket knife, that was one where I was like, okay, how to whittle. Oh, this has great search volume. People are already looking for this, and there's not a ton of competition. Okay, I'm definitely going to use that tag. Then I would find other ones for wood carving that was a little bit more competitive, and it had higher search volume, but it also had a ton of people putting out that type of content. This is a good news, bad news situation. The good news is people are looking for this. The bad news is we're such a new channel that we probably won't rank for it, but that doesn't scare me away. I'm still going to put it into my video. So tags, super, super important. Can't ignore those. But I want to talk about, we're going to switch gears, right? Because I could talk and nerd out on SEO for a long time. So if you have any other questions about SEO, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. But the thing that I want to talk about when it comes to shorts that I love so much is the ability to create and schedule videos, unlike other platforms. This is a really big deal, because one of my biggest gripes and complaints about Instagram Reels for a long time, long time, was that you needed to create them and then you couldn't schedule them to be published later within the app. You had to make a bunch of drafts and hope that you don't lose them all in some phone update or some other weird tech glitch. Did this happen to anybody else? I actually had someone that said they spent hours creating so many reels and they couldn't schedule them to be published. So they just left them. There were 20 drafts in their Instagram app. Then there was some weird tech glitch and then they were all gone. I was like, oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. That just makes my stomach hurt. And I'm sure there's somebody listening right now that it happened to you and you're just like, oh, don't even remind me, Crystal. That's a sore subject. Don't bring it up again. But this kind of stuff happens. So I personally on Instagram don't create a ton of content and then leave it there as a draft because I'm scared it's just going to disappear. And what I love about YouTube Shorts is you can schedule them. You can schedule as many as you want to. You can create them. You can create them from your existing content, schedule them for the future. You can create brand new ones, schedule them for the future. So this is another perk, I would call it, to creating YouTube Shorts over other types of content, is that you can create them and then schedule them and then forget about them. I mean, obviously you don't want to forget about them forever, but you know what I mean? It's not something that's weighing over you. You're not setting schedules on your phone that's okay, I created this draft on Instagram. Now I have to go back, I have to make sure and I publish it at 10 a.m. tomorrow. There's none of that. You just create it, schedule it, and boom, it's done. Check that off your to-do list. You're good to go. All right, the last thing I really wanted to talk about for YouTube Shorts is the fact that monetization is happening in February 2023. Now, you can already today monetize with, or hang on, let me say this correctly because I don't want to get like a slap on the wrist for not saying it right. You currently can monetize shorts, but it's not the only way for you to get into the YouTube Partner Program. So if you're not already monetized on YouTube, let me explain a little bit about what that means. So you can earn money with your content, and you can have several opportunities to have ads shown, because that's how you make money on YouTube. You have ads shown on your channel. But there are a few things that you need to know. So when you're logged into your account, you can head over to the Earn tab, E-A-R-N, right? E-A-R-N. Yeah, that's right. I was looking at it weird. I'm like, that looks weird. No, it's spelled correctly. This was called monetize or monetization for a long time. They recently changed it to Earn, and you can look at it from your desktop mobile phone, your YouTube Studio app. Like you can see this anywhere, but you can see what is required from your channel before you can start earning money from ads. And when you go to the Earn tab, you scroll down to where it says, how do I join? Like this is the section on the page. And it will give you the requirements that your channel needs to start making money. So for Camping with the Fam, we only have 23 subscribers. Like it's not a huge channel, right? Because we just started. But we need 1,000 in total before we can apply for the YouTube Partner Program. So we're at 23, we need 1,000. So I know it's a long way to go, but we'll eventually get there. I have every confidence in the world that that's going to happen. Then, and this is newer, okay? This is the new part that I didn't want to like flub up and say it wrong. For a long time, you had to have 4,000 public watch hours, which is what I met whenever I started monetizing on my Crystal Profit channel in December 2020. So I had to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. Like those are the two requirements. Boom, I met them. I started making money. Well, now they are adding in, you have to have 10 million, that's million with an M, public views on shorts to monetize. Like these are the options I'm given today. So when I look at Camping with a Fam, it says, okay, you have 23 subscribers. You have a little over 3.4 thousand views on shorts, and you need 10 million. And I know that you'd be like, oh my gosh, that sounds so impossible. That sounds like it's such a big deal. Like, because 4,000 public watch hours previously to 10 million, that sounds like, it just sounds bananas, doesn't it? But I also know that means they're going to continue to give preference to shorts. Otherwise, I think that they would have upped the public watch hours a lot higher if they wanted to raise those requirements. So if you are only doing shorts currently and your channel isn't monetized, just know that it's coming, that's going to be the option for you. You're going to be able to monetize with just shorts. You won't have to have longer form content if you don't want to, but all of these changes, are really rolling out in February 2023. So all good news, all good news. I think that like to summarize everything today, it's really the fact that short content is here to stay. It is. It's here to stay. We can't ignore it. If you're already creating content like this on Instagram, TikTok, somewhere else, then I really encourage you to do it on YouTube, specifically because I think that the lifespan of content is going to outweigh other platforms, because there's still the SEO component that other platforms aren't focusing on, that they don't have. Who knows if shorts are going to eventually be in Google? You're going to Google something and boom, there's going to be a short that pops up that has the exact information you need in less than 60 seconds instead of a 20-minute long YouTube video. That sounds pretty nice, right? It sounds pretty great. So I think that if I were to do like a prediction, that's going to be coming. And who knows, maybe it's already on their roadmap to be released, but that's something I would love to see in the future. So if you're going to do YouTube, you have to be open to both types of content, long form and short form. And I actually heard someone say in a group recently that they grew their channel up to 20,000 subscribers in 1 year just by doing YouTube Shorts for probably 12 months. So we as creators can recognize that short form content and its impact can be huge for the rest of your content. Don't ignore it. Check it out. Go look at shorts. Go look at my channels. I'll have everything linked in the show notes if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. But I think this is exciting. I think it's super fun. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening to this podcast. And as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere. Hey, Profit Podcast listeners. Thanks for sticking around to a little bit after the episode to hear this special message because I want to hear from you. We are starting a new segment called Fan Mail Shoutouts, and I want to hear from you and I want to hear your questions. What do you want to know? What questions have you been dying to ask me? So here's how to make this happen. Go to the app where you're listening to this podcast right now. Go there. I'll wait a second. Okay. Now, once you're there, you're going to see a hyperlink at the top of the episode description that says, send Crystal a text message. And that's all I want you to do. Send me a text. It could be casual, informal. It could be totally anonymous. Or if you want, you can include your name and the name of your podcast or content wherever you are creating, and I will give you a special shout out in an upcoming episode. So again, go to the show notes for where you're listening to this episode right now, and it will say, send Crystal a text message. And I cannot wait to hear from you and give you a shout out in an upcoming segment of Fan Mail Shoutouts.